Governor Eno seeks Senate President's assistance in realization of Ibom Deep Sea Port Palm Oil Refinery in Akwa Ibom State. NUJ AKBC TV Chapel wins Maiden Culture Prize at 2024 World Press Freedom Day. Wedding ring, does it add to sustenance of marriages? Reporter reveals benefits of edible maggot known in Akwa Ibom as Nten. Details in just a moment. A very good morning to you and welcome to AKBC 45 News at 7. I am Ufot Udokan. Now the news in detail. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moeno has urged the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, to use his good office to help the state realize the Ibom Deep Sea Port, a palm oil refinery, and a petroleum product depot in the state. The governor made the call Friday during a courtesy call on him by the Senate President at a state banquet organized in honor of Senator Akpabio and other visiting senators in Government House, Huyo. The state chief executive stated that the development of the seaport, which has the deepest water drought in Nigeria, will be an economic catalyst for Nigeria in the Gulf of Guinea, thanking the Senate President and his colleagues for visiting the state. He also thanked President Bola Tinubu and the senators for rallying round Akwa Ibom's son to make him the president of the 10th Senate. The governor noted that the progress of the state was more important than political division and called on leaders in various political strata to make their contributions to the growth and progress of Akwa Ibom State. On this part, Senator Akpabio appreciated the governor for uniting the state across political divides. He described the governor as a man of peace and an apostle and disciple of peace, noting that Akwa Ibom is a very easy state to rule and govern, but also a very difficult place to unite. Akwa Ibom State Chapel, chapter of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Friday joined its counterparts the world over to mark the 2024 World Press Freedom Day, which had a theme navigating from press freedom through unity in cultural diversity. At the event where the State Council adopted cultural parade of different ethnic groups in Nigeria by members of the Union in all the 16 chapels, the AKBC TV chapel emerged the overall winner. Aaron Paul has the details.
At the Nigeria Union of Journalists Press Center Information Drive Uyo, which was the center for the celebration, journalists of the 16 chapels of the NUJ left their pens behind and adorned themselves with beautiful attires to depict the rich cultural heritage of Nigeria. Chapels showcased the different ethnic groups' attires of Efik, Yoruba, Hausa, Ibibio, Oron, Anang, and the rest of the tribes. It was not only the attires, since it was a competition. The chapels performed the dance of each tribe they represented to add color to the event. The chairman of the state chapter of Nigeria Union of Journalists, Comrade Amos Etuk, said the state decided to perform cultural parade in order to bring relief to journalists who are always busy without time for fun, adding that it was also a way of diversifying the cultural heritage of the country.
The World Press Freedom Day is the most important event in media practice calendar, as it constantly reminds state actors on the need to respect the rights of independence of the media for a free society that will mold public confidence, set agenda for good governance, and most importantly, consistently hold governments accountable to society.
Speaker after speaker at the event spoke of the need for the press to be free but objective in its reportage.
At this point, having heard all, I again thank you on behalf of His Excellency, pledge the continuous support of the Governor to the Union and to the members, and to say that working together will build an aquarium that no breaking news can break.
My message to the press today, the World Freedom Day, is in every reportage they make should be accurate.
NLC, on behalf of my friends standing with me, members of the State Administrative Council, the auditor of the NLC, the secretary of the Youth Wing, we are delighted to be part of this great event. The Regional Police Force, I deeply extend our always felicitation to the AUG for 2024 Press Day.
Will you gain or lose if you clamp down on the complex digital landscape in Akwa Ibom State, characterized by the proliferation of new sectors, mainly non-professionals?
With you in this very event. In fact, I'm so grateful and appreciate your effort. What you are doing is humanitarian.
It is important to note that without an independent press, the citizens cannot make informed decisions about how they are governed. Maybe the time the press emanated from the very early days when we had breaking press, but today it encompasses all media platforms. The planet is just talking about.
When it came to the high points of the day where 16 chapels displayed cultural parade, AKBC TV chapel members who adorned themselves with beautiful Efik attires and had a king, a queen mother, maidens, and members of the king's court performed an Efik dance.
And we are watching this live performance and the parade by AKBC TV. Will be closely followed by Atlantic FM chapel. I like what I am seeing most in this screen, that we have all these chapels parading in this traditional.
Other chapels, including the AKBC radio, also performed the cultural parade. At the end, AKBC TV Chapel won the first prize, followed by News 31 Chapel, while State Information came third. In all, the World Press Freedom Day in the state was a sight to behold. AKBC News.
Congratulations there to AKBC TV Chapel. For many generations, wearing of the wedding ring is a common practice by almost all in societies. Most Christian denominations do not consider a marriage consummated without the exchange of the wedding ring as a seal, even as other denominations use the Holy Bible as a symbol of the solemnization to bind the couple for life. As important as the ring is to the ceremony, does it impact the union? Why are some givers and receivers of this prized possession most times seen in public space without their wedding ring. Augusta Sen gathered the views of a cross-section of the public on this and far in the following reports.
The exchange of a wedding ring by a couple is a cardinal or high point in a marriage ceremony, peculiar to church or court marriage and now in traditional marriages where the need arises.
I give you my heart. With this ring, I give you my body.
For better, for worse. With this ring, I, Kevin Joshua, thank you, Kevin Friday, to be my wedded wife.
Being round in shape with no beginning nor ending, the ring symbolizes eternity. Therefore, the giving and receiving of the ring after exchange of marital vows is a seal to publicly declare the intention of the couple to spend the rest of their life together, being committed to the relationship, uphold their vows, love, respect, and be faithful to the relationship. While some people agree that the piece of blessed jewelry has the authority to boost a blissful marriage where users keep it memorable and reminisce on its significance, others believe it does not have the power to make a good marriage or restrain people from their actions or inactions.
Wedding ring is in $1,000,000 because of make the word on amdo. Iyoko 1 month ndo roswana ima ibaga ine ibaga ine meyerondo ring na $1,000,000 ima na $1,000,000 ndo yemima ndo yemime
ndo last get through wedding ring
say wo ina mje iba say ne ke mai sene so da wu ande ke do party mi ne mesel mi nam do awu fene ke ke mi kan go on so
the ring doesn't signify love ndo ke mi last without ring and ndo ke mi yumbiara with rings. So what it matters is the love between the two spouses.
Again, not very well. So make me ba we pick even ka altar. Ima ba ko ege won I would say na won na yara.
Some denominations perform the ceremony with the Bible as a symbol and not the ring. Hence, couples from such churches have the choice to wear or not to wear their wedding rings.
And other way mean as because it show get one am do because who go on the Bible say the diary of sinagade I will go feel like if I walk good you give me a big
I come get Bible young me without ring I mean mera ntera do ke mpa me say ring ya di on ke meram do ke madam do get a doctrine more get church of more bara bin yon anya me doctrine yen do ngama mana ne ka national ring. Yes, kendo to show that ke manam do. So yeah, kama ke Bible na me angido dum king wa ke me yeme nam yang wa.
But for others, why do they put away their ring soon after the wedding ceremony or later in their marriage, especially in public space? The reasons are as various as can be imagined, but for the benefit of doubt, some people are not jewelry oriented. They say they do not like or that their skin reacts to the ring, and so they get careless and forgetful, not necessarily that they are not committed to their relationship. To others, the nature of their jobs or profession is not jewelry friendly. Other reasons, according to respondents, include that the pretty little precious jewelry that was once very valuable to the society has now lost its value.
A man that respects his matrimonial homes always respect the wife. He wears his rings anywhere he goes.
Why are you not with your ring?
Because the original ring that I had got spoiled. So I am planning to buy a new ring, get to my reverend or my pastor to bless it for me before I can wear it.
I want to see something I can avoid. Ngomba we did okay more than one. I can make it make a medic check and one even more wedding ring or and cake but so that for the young of okay more single kinedo go single. I won't want as an I can because he didn't want this Sabbath them more to Ayana ma di si ma di sane. And because I got a ring and the murder one and well by baby Maddy Mamma. So my mind's in a ring. I can miss a walk for one academic was my says and get paraphone.
When I'm hard work, it's going to isn't the wearing ring. You can do them. So you didn't go, but even so many of them in the case of my wedding ring. So if we go that wedding ring, I don't want to also weekend.
Me, I married, but I don't use ring. I have my purpose for that because based on who I am to God, so that if any God will do anything, they will not say because of ring.
But when they have been a put I get them get somewhere. It's just a say Yaribana, Royak now wanted to do us and get Baranam. As he might say, Manaban young guy go one at a Magamama, one thing. No sugar, mommy, side chick, any year.
Whatever the case, the ring is given the value by the wearer. The wedding ring on the fourth finger signifies to the world, physically and spiritually, that the wearer is committed in a relationship. Just like other types of rings are insignia of office, royalty, priesthood, or even secret society, showing the status of the wearer, so does the wedding ring, and still has the ordained authority and power to do good. Augusta Sen, AKBC News.
While maggots consumption is known for causing bacteria and breakdown of system in the body, there are some special maggots that are healthy and safe for consumption. These set of maggots are known as edible maggots and inten in Akwa Ibom. Why are edible maggots safe for consumption and where can they be seen is the reason why Ayana Paul talked to a home economist in the following report.
A maggot is the larval stage of the common fly. They possess soft bodies, no legs, and look a bit like worms. They usually have a head that retracts into the body. The reason they easily burrow through rotting flesh or tissue debris of animal and plants which they feed on. Some maggots are considered harmful to health, while there exists a species in this part of the globe called nten that is edible and thought beneficial to man. Also, known as the palm tree weevil larva, it is a great source of protein that is popular anywhere the palm tree is found.
Have you eaten maggots before?
I have never eaten maggot. It is not. It is no food.
But have you eaten them before?
Yeah.
I don't know the name of nten in English.
I have not eaten a maggot.
Have you eaten nten before?
Yes. But nten is not a maggot.
So what's nten called in English?
I've forgotten the name.
I cannot eat a maggot. It's something in the toilet. Have you eaten nten before?
Yes.
Nten is called in
Okay, I don't know how nten is called in English.
No. Yes, metanten. They go to come back.
As far as Ibibio is concerned, I don't think that we have eaten a macron. Me, as an individual, since I am an Ibibio man, I don't think we have eaten it, and we will not be eating it.
Have you ever eaten nten before?
Yes, we have eaten nten. Nten, I say, no, it nourishes somebody for good health. It makes somebody to have a good living. So we have been eating that one.
Okay, so what's nten called in English?
Well, I do not go far in education. Don't know, but I know that Ibibio man I could nten.
I don't think anybody that now get this environment.
Are they nten?
Yes, metanten. A maggot is not something to be eaten.
Have you eaten nten before?
I've not eaten.
My mother have not cooked it before. I only see when I was small.
So what's it called in English?
Yes, I was prepared. I will research it. Then I will have known.
Maggots. What would I do with maggots?
Do you know nten? Are you from Akwa Ibom?
No, from Delta State.
And it's the English name?
I don't know the English name.
I see I can't Ntara.
There are nten.
Ntara. But tanke taira ando it go in. It am many a cock.
Bayong be the Munamta, in the Munamta. So Yeme, Bonteroba. In Bontero, you know. What I couldn't come back. But say, you
Aside Nigeria, it is also found and eaten by the inhabitants of the Amazon forest, Asian countries, Central Africa, Malaysia, Cameroon, Papua New Guinea, and more. Edible worms, as they are called, are very nutritious delicacy that grows on rotting palm trees after all the palm wine is tapped. Research carried out on the early and late stages of development of edible maggots showed that the larva is a great preserve of protein, lipid, and carbohydrates, and also contains a considerable amount of minerals like potassium, magnesium, manganese, iron, phosphorus, calcium, according to a home economist, Dr. Alice Eto.
Edible maggot contains protein, high quality protein, first class protein. The health benefits ranges from weight management, weight loss, and maintenance of good weight. Edible maggot lowers calories in someone. Consumption of edible maggot aids fertility because of the folic acid. Edible maggot reduces pains of arthritis. It lowers inflammation. It enhances immune functioning. Very good for brain function. And also aids in bone mineralization.
Other than ten, which is known in Akwa Ibom, it is called Eruru Nza or Akwango by the Igbos, Ikolo, Edon diet, Olu or Okin in South Nigeria, while the West call it Ekuku, Ikpa or Awon. The edible maggot can be eaten raw, grilled or fried.
Or for flat or for water or for tendency. And all the machines are among the Fabumani wood as in Kenya. If you go to Abuja now, you will see there's one woman that used to do it, and when we are in Abuja, we visit the woman and we take it for our delicious meal. But
why we call it in our language, you call it uto. I don't know one good thing about that thing is that it's medicinal.
It's very scarce. It's not possible to see it in our area, even in the villages.
And eat them like snacks and make a good stock, first class stock out of it. And I also remember as a child that when somebody dances very well, they will say, oh, sing. So it is very, very interesting.
Since it belongs to maggot family, is there any side effect in consuming it?
In every advantage, there is always a disadvantage. When there is a merit, there is a demerit. When you are eating edible maggot, you have to prepare it properly. Wash it, clean it, and wash it with salted water. After preparing, cutting out the tail, the head, you have to wash it again, probably with salted water, warm salted water. There's some kind of microorganism that follows it. So if you don't prepare it neat, properly and cook it very well, you may likely suffer from one infection or the other caused by the consumption of microorganism or virus. So consume edible maggot moderately, but little portion at a time.
If you are brave enough to find Nigerian edible worms for the first time, you might love them. After all, they are one of nature's precious gifts. Remember that my respondents say edible maggots is highly nutritious. So look for it and enjoy yourself. Eyagenopo, AKBC News.
Let's take a break here, and when we return, can women keep bare faces nowadays without makeup or makeover? Pre-wedding photo shots trend, what does it entail? Details after the break. Stay with us.
This is our home, where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's on him and you know, we go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we day, it's on him and you know. No matter where we day, we are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony. Yeah.
You're still watching AKBC 405 News at 7. It is a fact that most women can barely go out these days without facial makeup. As trendy and as sophisticated makeovers has evolved, the extent of this evolution has become worrisome, especially when it changes the familiar looks of the wearer. So Heyana Paul in this report tries to unravel the reason some women are deeply attached to this extreme makeup.
While growing up, it was common to see women who loved makeup using eye pencil, usually black, or what was known then as atido, and lipstick, mostly red. This category of women were termed classy and sophisticated because they stood out in communities that they either visited or lived in. The narrative has long changed, as makeup these days have surpassed eye pencil and lipstick to foundation, expensive powders, gloss to other items. At events like marriage ceremonies, birthdays, child dedication or parties, women appear in heavy made-over faces that one needs to take a second or closer look to recognize people. While some women have strived to make themselves up, a lot others pay handsomely to get their face transformed. This payment, according to makeup artists, varies from 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 to 50,000 naira, depending on the level of makeup time and type. Why do women value makeup so much?
To look more beautiful, to look more younger, and change their faces. It makes people look beautiful, depend on who make you up. Because there are some people that makes you up and you look like a ghost. You don't shave your eyebrow to kind of add more beauty to it, put lashes and nails. Is a way of kind of adding more beauty. There's some makeup that if you do, you kind of look younger than your age. To beautify yourself now. Yes, I love to look good for myself first. I love everything about makeup because it changed the woman's face. I cannot just go out. If I want to just go out natural, that means I'm not going to any way. So that at least when you go and see other people, it will look as if
are there still women who do not wear makeup?
I don't like doing makeup. Why? Nothing. It's because I'm okay the way I am.
Although some respondents said makeup is not necessary to impress men, but for their self-esteem and confidence, we still sought men's opinion on makeup and make over.
We are in end time, and all this is part of the end time process. Every girl believes that until she wears makeup, she's not beautiful. She's trying to fulfill the scripture that this is end time. Not every man fancies that. And so men, they build foundation and the rest of them and build their house on top of it. I'm not going to have makeup. I'm not here. It's just a source of income. Well, I like natural women. Wow. Sometimes I give kudos to those who could do it. But for me, I like natural women. I mean, I work on so much because I'm not your own natural face. I want more create and I say, can I make up? I won't take it because now you can even write my makeup. So you have to make a natural face and more because I say with natural beauty. I like 40 years. Now I give me like 20 years or 21 or 19. And the Ivan song born and I'm not born and in those days.
Kanye make a negative boy Gorotido. My can't but when I'm here, Pepen, I can more yemo. Why don't I have to need him? Oh, the bit dark in complexion. I think he painted so you can have some young need a medium one boy tell. When you be cambre, you want your tomon of Voxata in a cambre. Who are you a cartamundo? And then I give a negative and maybe that class spended young gizzle. May pick up and may white cement or brown cement. We can take them to pimples over me about taking me a year. Come again, Gausora. Who can open and catch you cookies over? Oh, God, our way, I'll get a boy power. Because I can't wear a yab and body and gizo. Some day I'll get a better go for. We don't buy a young food, however. You will go my given to get a boy bagger. I don't know, one does it, it can be out of Kentucky or make over. That even in the young boys, but I can wine at the organ. Some more young for a beautiful. And some dad and Bubba, you can get them about it. Of a die, so more natural face of more worry. So they are there, I come for me.
Though makeup has become a very good source of income to many, are there disadvantages in doing this?
Kind of make use of it too much. It will make your face to look somehow wrinkled. Doing makeup every day, it will make your face to squeeze, kind of. If you do it often, it will just spoil your face.
To have some awful chemical in it. Also, manufacturers are not required to share consumer complaints with regulators, so there's no way of knowing just how many problems the industry has had over the years.
Well, since one man's meat is another's poison, wear makeup if it makes you and the people around you happy. But the watchword is moderation. Also, ensure that you do not lose your identity to makeup. Eyagino Paul, AKBC News.
As schools in the state are set to resume today for third term 2023-2024 academic year, principals and vice principals in U and Sretai zones assembled at Christian Fellowship Evangelical Church Nigeria Incorporated IBB Wewu to commit the new term into God's hand. Hold up, Abasio Posen has the rest of the story.
Preaching at the service, the Reverend Emmanuel Abang encouraged the congregants to look up to God at all times and believe His words. Reverend Abang, who drew his text from Genesis 28 verse 1 with the theme, Growing in Grace, urged Christians not to sell their birthright as Esau did for the grace of God to be sufficient to them.
Esau was one to the next and to give orders for compliance in the family.
Speaking, the zonal director and supervisor in Uyo, Mrs. Grace Etuk, urged parents to prepare their children for the term and advised them to desist from activities capable of ruining their future and study hard to succeed.
Because we know that the Lord Jesus Christ is there, and the grace is sufficient unto us.
The zonal chairman of Uyo, All Nigerian Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, ANCOPS, Pastor Imekbo, thanked Governor Moino for the free and compulsory education policy in Akwa Ibom State, saying they came to the church to ask God for guidance for the new term. He urged parents to discourage their children from examination malpractice in school.
You will ever remain grateful to our government and the Commissioner for Education, Honorable Mrs. Doris for promptly articulating and bringing all the resources we need from the government of us. I am proud to say that we have received everything, and then we have no reason to fail the government. Therefore, be it as may, the parents have a role to play.
The Zonal Secretary, Mrs. Bridget Bassi, appreciated the church for the opportunity given to them to thank God. The event featured prayer for the principals as well as the students by the church. The students, in their separate speeches, had this to say.
I feel great about it because of you to make me know more things about my environment and about the society.
I'm happy that the school is giving for those that used to wait 2 weeks or 2 weeks before school resume. Before school resume, this one's my advice for you. Don't run away from cleaning the school compound or arranging the class. Okay, some schools, that first weekend, some people they start teaching, even though they don't teach, they do revision. Some will be part of the revision class. I'm very happy that some people start with my friends, my classmates, all those, my classmates, all everybody, and my classmates. So I'm very happy to start with.
Udara Basik Bosan, AKBC News.
On that note, we'll end the news this morning, but just before we go, a quick look at the recap. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Mono has urged the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, to use his good office to help the state realize the Ibom Deep Sea Port, a palm oil refinery and a petroleum product depot in the state. The state chapter of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Friday joined its counterpart, the world level, to mark the 2024 World Press Freedom Day, which had the theme Navigating Press Freedom Through Unity in Cultural Diversity. At the event, where the State Council adopted cultural parade of different ethnic groups in Nigeria by members of the union in all the 16 chapels, the AKBC TV chapel emerged the overall winner. We also brought you a story that while maggots consumption is known for causing bacteria and breakdown of system, there are some that are edible and healthy, so for consumption. These set of maggots are known as edible maggots and intend in Akwa Ibom. That's the news this morning. My name is Ufot Udokan. Good morning.